Hi, this is Mike Leonardo, and I'm here with Rich Leonardo.
Hi.
And we are from Forge Ahead Studios, and we are showing off today Gravity Farms. This is a local multiplayer game, so we're both in the same room playing on an iPad. This is a competitive space farming game. The goal is to plant and harvest a certain amount of crops before your opponent. And let's get started. I'm going to ask you to follow the red player so I can show you exactly how this works. So, as I said, you're trying to harvest a certain amount of crops, and you start out by planting them everywhere you can. And you can see I'm dropping these red pellets, and it takes a certain amount of time for them to grow to a level that you can harvest them. When they have that white dot at the end, that's the flower that you're actually harvesting. And as you harvest those flowers, you can see the bar in the center is filling now with some red to show that I am getting a little bit closer to winning, although my opponent is getting quite further ahead. There's a couple other things going on the board here. So we have a purple space goat, which is going around just eating everybody's crops. So it's kind of a nuisance that you have to constantly chase after and basically knock it off your planet. Whenever you land on a planet, you will knock anything else off of it. So, if your opponent's there or the goat's there, you're going to knock them off. And strategically, you really want to try to knock your goat off into your opponent's territory, as I have done now, and it has been munching nicely on his plants. Well, it looks like my opponent is trying to crush my crops. That's another aspect of this. You can run over your opponent's crops, just destroy them so nobody gets credit for them. Oh, he's going on a huge spree of that now, I see. Alright, blue player has won, so we're going to do a rematch here to see how it really goes when I'm focused. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm starting out, this sort of has different levels of strategy at different parts of the game. Right now I'm just trying to get as much of my seed down as possible. And also keeping my eye on that goat to make sure it doesn't wander into my territory. My opponent, however, is on the offensive and is kind of going over my crops and destroying them. So, as an act of revenge, I might go do the same thing as well. So I'm just destroying a little bit. But I see the goat has now hit my territory again. So I'm going to try to knock it off and hopefully we'll land on a blue planet, as it has. Excellent, excellent. So it's constantly an act of juggling. Right now I'm trying to make sure I'm harvesting, but I also want to make sure I'm laying down enough seeds so that, in a little bit, 10, 20 seconds from now, there's going to be enough for me to go harvest and win the game. Otherwise, I might have to end up, doing planting way later in the game. My opponent is actually doing quite well. Let's see. He doesn't have too many things ready to actually farm, but let's see. Do I get it? Yes. All right. And I won that round. So that is Gravity Farms. Thank you for your consideration.